high school football. The hits, the scores, the fans. Complete coverage of the high school games that matter. This is Friday Night Blitz from WFXR Sports.
Yes, good evening, everyone. I'm Jermaine Farrell. It is Friday Night Blitz time. I hope your day was wonderful and blessed. It is our state semifinals preview special, and over the next 30 minutes, we'll take a look at the 4 remaining Friday Night Blitz teams in the playoffs.
And now, the Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week, sponsored by McAdoo's.
Now, all 4 of our local teams are in Game of the Week mode, and we get the party started in the Class 1 ranks, where the Galax Maroon Tide, they're playing in their 7th straight state semifinal game. They will take the 90-minute trip west on Highway 58 to Damascus to play the Holstein Cavaliers Saturday at 1. Maroon Tide's second-year coach Shane Allen is excited to see his team progress to their winning ways this season.
Well, you know, it's a good group of kids. You know, they come to practice every day, ready to work and do everything we ask. They're here in the morning for film and lifting, and they're just a good group to work with. You know, we had some learning pains early in the year, but they kept the course, and they're getting some of the rewards now from the hard work they put in.
Coach Allen's taught me almost everything I know about football, from overcoming everything that comes at you, especially with COVID. He always tried to stay positive and telling us to just keep working and everything will work out.
The Galax football program has been a model of consistency, as this is the 12th straight season they have been in the playoffs. The run has been even stronger as of late. The Maroon Tide are at least a state semifinal team since 2015. Success is all the crew from Galax knows, thanks to all of the hard work and effort from the players and the coaches.
A lot of work in the weight room, and everybody stayed consistent coming back in, especially only having a 2-month break from April to June.
Well, you know, I think it's a testament to, you know, what Coach Dixon built here before he left, and what we're trying to continue here is you know, we have them in the weight room 5 days a week in film, and, you know, so it's just next man up mentality. It doesn't really matter who it is. It's just they're waiting for opportunity.
Now, Galax's opponent is familiar in Holston, and these teams met in the state semifinals during the spring season back in April, with Galax winning 27-6. Now, this will be the 3rd ever playoff meeting between the teams, with the first one back in 2011, a win by Galax. And Coach Allen says Holston is similar to George Wythe as far as the teams they've played this season.
Well, you know, they're a really good football team. They got a lot back from last year. We played them in the state semifinals last year. They've got good running backs, a good quarterback, good receivers. Their defense is outstanding. I think, you know, they're probably one of the better defenses. They're probably one of the best defenses we'll have faced all year. You know, they got an inside linebacker. I think he's got close to 300 tackles in the spring and everything. So, you know, it's going to be a testament for us to our kids, and we're going to have to come out. It's going to be a 4-quarter war.
Now, here is the Class 1 state semifinals. Both of these games are at 1 o'clock on Saturday. Galax visiting Damascus to play Holston. The 5-time defending state champs in Riverheads, they host Essex. Now, the winners will play for it all next Saturday at Salem Stadium, 4:30. We move up to the Class 2 ranks, where the 2-time defending state champs and Appomattox Raiders continue their drive for a second three-peat in winning their 6th state title in the past 7 years, as they will make the nearly 3-hour trip west to Mitchell Stadium in Bluefield, West Virginia, to play the Graham G-Men. The Raiders are in their usual playoff run, and for each of the seasons, Appomattox has had to deal with some type of adversity, whether it is injuries, the loss of a classmate, or not having their head coach. And through it all, the team has had something special in them to keep them going.
Of course, getting back into the season this year without having the preseason stuff, normal preseason stuff with camps and 7-on-7s was a struggle. Not being able to develop our family atmosphere on our team the way I've been able to do in the past. Me not being able to be around the kids for quite a while for the year prior to this has been a struggle for us to develop, to be honest with you. But that's been the main issue for our team this year, but I feel like as the year has gone on, you know, we've grown closer.
During this playoff run and the season in general, any adversity the players have faced, they lean on Coach Smith to get them through as inspiration.
Just from what Coach Smith is planning into this program, you know, he's just planning since day one to do it for. It's always something bigger to do it for. You know, this is not an individual thing. We do it for each other. We do it for our classmates. We do it for our community. We do it for our teammates and just everybody that helps us. You know, it's always more than just yourself.
My inspiration is that I'm a senior. I got to give it all I got, and I really want to win this for Coach Smith because we didn't have him last year. So we have him this year, and he watching it inspired me to do better.
You know, every practice, like, we always start with prayers, you know, trying to stay closer to God, and he has helped us throughout this whole way.
Not only has Coach Smith and the community helped the team, faith has played a big role in guiding the players and Coach Smith.
I can only give God glory. And the reason I tell you that is because there was definitely a moment where I gave my life over to him and said, hey, whatever you want from me, I'm going to do. Whatever is you know, in your plan for my life, I'm going to give it to you. And so each and every day it's been, you know, one of those challenges to make sure that I got my life at least in line with what he wants for me. And so I can only go there and tell you that's where the success has been, because I'm not praying necessarily for victories. I'm praying that God will use me and that he'll give me a platform to use.
Now, the Raiders' opponent in the Graham G men are undefeated on the season, including wins over area teams Pulaski County, Blacksburg, and Galax. These teams met one other time in the playoffs. That was 2 years ago in the state semifinals. The Raiders getting a 28-13 win in Appomattox. Looking at Graham, Appomattox head coach Doug Smith says, as far as the teams they have played this season, the G-men compare athletically to Heritage and size-wise to Lord Botetourt.
They are the type of team that you got to get excited about playing. I mean, they've got athletes, so you don't just, you know, watch them and go, oh, okay, we just got another game. You watch them and go, okay, we got a team we got to play this week, and they're definitely in that position that they can take it all the way. At any moment, they can strike. Offensively, they're strong. Defensively, they're tough, and special teams, they look good. So we know they're good in all areas, but just like every team, you know, it takes you know, a good week and a good game for them, you know, to put it together, and hopefully we can just put together a better one and make sure that we are, you know, much more prepared. So that's the plan, but that's everybody's plan. That's every coach's plan, you know. So, but that's what we're hoping for.
Let's take a look. Here's the Class 2 semifinals. Now, the Class 2 finals will be next Saturday, Salem at high noon. But here's the semifinals at 2 on Saturday. Appomattox visiting Graham. At the same time, the other semifinal features Central Woodstock hosting King William. Coming up on Friday Night Blitz, we preview the Liberty Christian Bulldogs in the Class 3 state semifinals and the Salem Spartans in the Class 4 state semifinals. More Friday Night Blitz coming up on the other side.
Now, back to Friday Night Blitz, a WFXR sports production.
And welcome back, everybody, to our Friday Night Blitz State Semifinals preview special. We shine the spotlight on the undefeated Liberty Christian Bulldogs. As for the second straight year, they are in the Class 3 State Semifinals. This matchup is at the home of the Bulldogs at Williams Stadium, 2 o'clock against Abington. This is one of Coach Rocco's most experienced teams, as they are going to use the experience to meet their goals.
We have a nucleus of our senior class that have all been 3 and sometimes 4-year starters. So, you know, that being the nucleus of our team, they have grown with us. We've been in the playoffs for those 4 years that they've been a freshman, a sophomore, a junior, now a senior. And each year we've climbed a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher. So those kids have all been battle tested, and you know, to just be in the position to be playing state semifinals, playing in December, is just a great opportunity for these kids and a great memory they're creating.
LCA head coach Frank Rocco has led the Bulldogs to state titles in the private school ranks, but he is just 2 wins away from winning his first state title under the Virginia High School League. It would also be the first for a private school, and he's having fun leading the Bulldogs to success.
To get 16 and 17-year-old kids to show up every week and be locked in and perform at a consistent level is a tremendous challenge, you know. And you know, our coaches do a great job of the mental part and the motivational part, and then the players, you know, bringing it every single week. And I think it does kind of go back to what we were talking about before, is the, you know, the seasoning that a lot of these guys have, you know, their experience. They come to work, they work hard, and then they go home and bring it back the next day, you know. So they show up on Fridays and this week's Saturday, and they're ready to go. They just take care of business.
Meanwhile, LCA's opponent, the Abingdon Falcons, are playing in their first ever state semifinal. Abingdon in the playoffs, looking to beat their fourth straight area team as the Falcons knocked off Northside, Bassett, and Lord Botetourt. The Falcons' only loss of the season was a shootout game at home against Christiansburg. This is a big one as the winner gets closer to the championship game.
You know, we don't know Abington all that well, to be honest with you. We've gotten a couple videos and been able to break them down, and trusting that what we see is what they're going to be. You know, today really was our first day of really getting out there and walking through and putting in the mental part of the game plan. Things will pick up a little bit more tomorrow and Thursday. But they are a big, strong, physical team. They're very well balanced with the different skill sets that they have. And I can see why, you know, they're, 12, 13, and 1. You know, they're a very good football team, and very likely the best team that we've played to this point.
So here's the Class 3 semifinals. Again, LCA hosting Abingdon Saturday at 2. At the same time, the other semifinal features Phoebus hosting Brentsville District. We move up to the Class 4 state semifinals. The defending champs and the Salem Spartans, they're back in the round as they host the Broad Run Spartans, as it'll be Spartans versus Spartans. Kickoff set for 2 o'clock Saturday at Salem Stadium. Salem, they've got 10 state titles, second to Hampton 17. A win over Broad Run would give Salem the overall lead in all-time playoff wins in the VHSL with 80, as Salem, they're currently tied with Hampton with 79. Salem, they're on a 12-game winning streak as they haven't lost since the opener against Martinsburg, West Virginia, and Salem feels they have learned a lot from that Martinsburg game.
Well, hey, Martinsburg's a heck of an opponent. We like to open up with them. You know, they expose you early you figure out in a hurry what your strengths and what your weaknesses are. You know, we knew we needed to get some seasoning up front on the offensive line. Secondary was pretty new. Right now we start, you know, 2 sophomores, 3 total on defense, and they needed time to grow. And they focus on what they're doing, and I've watched them collectively as a team get better and better and better, which is our goal each and every week.
And since the Martinsburg game, the Salem Spartans have gotten their balance with offense, running the ball and passing at will, but they're also doing it with defense. And the group of players, the key units, are making plays to help the Salem Spartans have a successful season and run in the playoffs.
Definitely little things, us playing together as well. Those have definitely been the 2 big things for us.
Honestly, we just play together. We play together way better than we did against Martinsburg, you know, and people figured out, put in effort. That's all we really need to do.
Also, communication, and we became more of a family from that, and everybody pushed each other harder, and that's what we learned from that.
I think after that we got closer in the practice and we talked more communication. I know it's been talked a lot about, but that's we've got better at that, so I think now we're much closer.
And when you look at the standard that Salem has set, they are 1 win away from being the all-time leader in playoff wins. But the standard is the standard when it comes to the Salem Spartans with the championships and playoff wins.
The standard of excellence is high. You know, that's what we reach for. That is the standard. And, you know, I tell the kids, let's catch it every single day. I'm proud and honored to have that duty and responsibility to coach these Spartans. I'm proud to be their coach. I'm proud of this community and the way they support us. You know, it is the expectation.
Now, when you look at Salem's opponent in the Broad Run Spartans, they have 2 state titles coming in wins over Amherst County in 2008 and 2009. Their only loss of the season came to the defending Class 5 champs in Stonebridge. This is the first ever meeting between the teams, and Coach Holter says Broad Run is a comparable mix of George Washington and Patrick Henry.
Hey, they're an impressive football team. There's 4 teams left, and in every division in this state. So like everybody else, they're a good football team. They have great size, they're disciplined, they're well coached, good speed, multiple informations, and they get after you. And I'm excited for the opportunity to play them.
So here's the Class 4 semifinals again. Salem hosting Broad Run. That'll be Saturday at 2. At the same time, the other semifinal features Varana hosting King Fork. Coming up on the Friday Night Blitz, David de Guzman catches up with Glenver head football coach Kevin Clifford as he responds to Virginia's Bronco Mendenhall resigning as head coach. This is Friday Night Blitz.
Now, back to Friday Night Blitz, a WFXR sports production.
And welcome back, everybody, to Friday Night Blitz. The college football world was rocked Thursday by the news that Bronco Mendenhall would be resigning from the University of Virginia after the team's bowl game. The Cavaliers head coach has impacted many athletes, including Glenver product Josh Clifford. WFXR Sports' David de Guzman caught up with his dad and Highlanders head coach Kevin Clifford to discuss Bronco's legacy.
I know exactly the implications of people, because that's the decision. That's the world I live in. The decisions I make, in fact, impact families and young people, and so I don't take it lightly.
When Bronco Mendenhall decided to step down from his head coaching role at UVA, the decision shocked nearly everyone, including Kevin Clifford and his son Josh, who is wrapping up his career as a Cavalier.
He was shocked and he was upset because he really likes Coach Mendenhall, and he understands what Coach Mendenhall, the opportunity that he gave him. And he's very much appreciative of that opportunity and grateful for it. And I think when we were sad because we really think a lot of him as a human being.
After playing for his dad at Glenver, Josh became a preferred walk-on at Virginia and got to be part of a program on the rise under Mendenhall's direction. From bowl games to a signature victory over rival Virginia Tech in 2019, there was plenty for the Clifford family to be grateful for.
And just the experience, the fact that my son went to UVA, got to play in a Power 5 conference, got on the field a little bit, and played for good men that cared about his well-being.
As Mendenhall gets set to depart Charlottesville, his character has left an impact on the athletes and families associated with the program.
I just think the way he handled himself with integrity and honesty and just class. And I'm proud my son was associated with another man like that.
And as a dad and fellow head coach himself, Kevin Clifford understood Mendenhall's decision to focus more time on family.
And I think every coach eventually comes to that point, where you start evaluating what's more important. I think it's really cool that he decided when and where. And I think that's important for all of us. If my wife came to me today and said, I want you to quit coaching, I'd quit coaching.
Mendenhall still has one more game with the Wahoos before going their separate ways. And as for what's next,
we're going to move on, and when Josh graduates, and it'll be memories that will last a lifetime for us, fond and good memories.
Memories made possible by Bronco Mendenhall. Local in Roanoke County, David de Guzman, WFXR Sports.
Thank you so much, David. Coming up on Friday Night Blitz, we have our latest installment from Ryan Moy with our Player of the Week. Stick and stay, please.
This is the Friday Night Blitz Player of the Week, sponsored by Tater Benson of MKB Realtors.
This is the time of the show where we salute our latest Player of the Week. And with all the honor on doing that, here's WFXR Sports' Ryan Moy.
Well, this week's athlete continues to make a statement on the field with his playmaking ability. Not only did he throw for over 150 yards last Friday, he also found the end zone as well in his team's 42-6 win over Brookville. And he's your Player of the Week.
Davis Lane, quarterback, Liberty Christian Academy. I thought, my guys just made some great plays for me, really. I missed them a few times, and then they made some great plays for me. Line blocked. I don't know if y'all know this, but I haven't been sacked the whole year, which is crazy. Knock on wood. But yeah, they've been doing a great job, and I think they are the reason I've been successful and why we've all been successful. The brotherhood is, something like no other sport I feel like can give. When in the summer and when you're just grinding every day and sweating and just tired, and everybody else is tired too, and y'all just keep going, keep pushing. You know, nothing else is really like that. Right after the season ended last year, the shortened season, we got right back to work and started getting ready for this year. And I think all that work we put in back then really has catapulted us forward this year. I always watched football on TV and thought it was cool. So once I was 5 years old, I went out. I wasn't very good back then, but you know, I got better, I guess you could say, as I got older, and now I'm here. So it's pretty crazy. Like Coach Bronco always says, you know, if your teammate or anybody does something good, get up and celebrate. Be happy, and that's one of my favorite parts of football. Scoring a touchdown and freaking out with your guys. There's nothing better than that. If it weren't for Coach Bronco and Coach Mike, Coach Rollin, all of them, they've really just completely changed my life completely. And coming here to LCA has changed my life forever, and I wouldn't be where I am without them at all. No way.
And congratulations to Davis on the honor. That does it for this edition of Friday Night Blitz. To check out all the action, we have it for you on WFXRTV.com. Download the WFXR News app. Now, Saturday, we will bring you highlights from all 4 games in the state semifinals. Next week, we'll have the season finale of Friday Night Blitz with our state finals special. For David de Guzman, Ryan Boy, and the entire WFXR News crew and sports crew, I'm Jermaine Farrell. Hope all of your teams are winners. Have a wonderful and blessed night and weekend, everybody.